When did someone show their true colors in a terrifying way? This happened about 5 years ago, but I still get chills when I think about it. I had just moved into a new apartment complex. It wasn't fancy, but it was cheap and close to work. The guy across the hall, let's call him Dave, was one of those overly friendly neighbors who tried too hard. He'd linger in the hallway, ask me personal questions, sometimes stand a little too close. I brushed it off because I figured he was just lonely. At first, he seemed harmless. He'd offer to help carry groceries or suggest grabbing a beer. But then small things started bothering me, like how he somehow knew my work schedule even though I never told him. Or how he'd casually mention things I had in my apartment, like the color of my couch, when I never invited him in. One night, I woke up around 2 a.m. to the sound of my doorknob jiggling. I froze. At first, I thought I was imagining it, but then I heard the sound of metal scraping. Someone was trying to pick the lock. My heart was pounding so hard I thought whoever was out there could hear it. I grabbed the heaviest thing I could find, a lamp, and whispered to myself that, if the door opened, I was going to swing. After what felt like forever, the noise stopped. I sat there shaking in the dark until I finally fell asleep with the lamp in my lap. The next morning, I opened my door to go to work. I nearly slipped on something. It was a note, slid under my door. In Dave's handwriting, it said, "You should really lock your windows. Someone could climb in." I felt sick. I had locked my windows. I double-checked every single one after reading that. That's when I noticed something worse, the dirt smudges on my windowsill. He had already tried. I went straight to the building manager and told them everything. They were sympathetic, but shrugged it off, saying without proof there wasn't much they could do. "Dave's just a little odd," they said, "but he's harmless." Harmless. Right. That night, I stayed at a friend's place. When I came back the next morning to grab some clothes, my stomach dropped. My front door was slightly open. Inside, nothing looked stolen. But then I went into my bedroom. The lamp I had clutched all night 2 evenings ago was sitting in the middle of my bed. That was the moment I knew he wanted me to be afraid. I called the police. They couldn't prove it was him, but they took my report seriously after seeing no forced entry and hearing about the note. I broke my lease the same week and moved out. Months later, I got a call from the same police department. They asked if I knew Dave. My stomach sank. Apparently, he'd been arrested after breaking into another woman's apartment in the same complex. This time, she caught him standing in her bedroom in the middle of the night. She screamed. Neighbors came running, and he bolted, but they caught him 2 blocks away. Turns out he had a record in another state for stalking and burglary. He'd just slipped through the cracks and started fresh in a new city.